What kind of bunnies are you smashing? Where are you going smashing bunnies? Look,
Okay.
can't be smashing no bunnies. Read. In a tuxedo. No? Oh, that's fine as fuck. I can't please this woman. Hello, Melnose.
Hello.
How are you?
Not bad. Yourself?
Good. Working, busy, like everyone else, I'm sure.
Right, let's get straight into it.
Sure.
Let's do a recap of round 8. Got any thoughts? Or is it all?
Yeah, I'll let you run. You can take the reins on this one.
Okay. Let's start with the Thursday game.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
I'm listening to you. That's
You
it.
got no clue.
I do.
Bombers versus
The North Melbournes.
the North Melbourne.
The North Melbournes. The Kangaroos. The Skippies.
Yes, it was. I didn't really watch a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
But when I would turn on and saw like the score, I was like, oh, this has got some defence about it.
Okay.
Score was in the 60s for both of them.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was very shocked that they both were able to keep.
I mean, North Melbourne are doing okay. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they're not.
Doing better than we thought they would.
They're not.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, well, that was the Thursday game.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on to the Snorefest. That was Friday night footy.
Boring game. St Kilda Freo.
Very boring.
Go on.
Freo had 7 points to half time, which is a little bit of karma from when they did that to us.
You reckon they play a boring game?
St Kilda?
Yeah.
Correct.
Every time?
Most times they're very defensive.
Okay.
Freo in this scenario were just as boring. Because they were 7 points to half time. That's bad.
Boring meets boring.
Then there was the Dogs versus Port in Ballarat.
Mm-hmm.
It was a blowout. Dogs won by I think it was 91.
Fucking hell.
Their second 90-point loss for the year, Port. And then there was a little bit of a controversy that came out of that game with Willie Rioli.
Yeah, which was...
I'm not sure he threatened on the field, Billy Dale, and then he's then gone and texted one of his teammates, basically saying, telling him to watch himself in Darwin next week because I know people.
I heard about that.
Yes.
I call that a threat.
Yes.
In my eyes. Which he's done before, from what I've been hearing, listening and watching.
Yes. So AFL kind of slipped it under the rug and did nothing about it. So then these other reports came out about last year against Geelong and earlier this year against Essendon.
Yeah.
And then it kind of blew up. If they just said this is not on, like either give him a huge fine or a suspended sentence of if you do it again, it's a week.
There's going to be a repercussion for it, for sure.
If they had done that at the start, the AFL community would have been like, okay, they're not condoning it.
Of course.
But they kind of slipped it under the rug.
Mm-hmm.
And then all these other things came out. So then it just blew up. And then obviously people on the internet are horrible people. So they're going to say the most disgusting, vile things towards Willie, even though he's done the wrong thing. But what he cops back is tenfold. Yeah. Whereas if he just copped some sort of penalty Monday, he doesn't cop all this abuse for the whole week.
Right. So the AFL could have saved him by giving him a slap on the wrist, a fine or something, just a repercussion. Yeah. And yeah, you're right, probably would have saved him the backlash that he's receiving at the moment. So.
And he's going to now receive going forward. Because once stupid fans get in their mind, the amount of times Toby Green gets booed and now Horn Francis is copying it, and there's a few players within the AFL that doesn't matter who they play, they cop it, even though they've done nothing to that set of fans. So I sometimes sit in the crowd and they're booing Toby Green. I'm like, what has he done to Carlton?
Yeah.
Why are you booing?
It kind of just puts you in that category of
and now he's going to cop it all the time.
Yeah.
When he should maybe only cop it against Bulldog supporters. Because it was a threat towards
Bulldogs, yeah.
Bulldogs.
It's a Bulldogs thing.
Yes, but no.
At least the fans don't discriminate. Right?
Sure. Yeah, no.
All right, well, this one's going to be painful for us, Crows and Blues. What happened?
Carlton stayed home. They didn't go to Adelaide.
Yeah, that's right. They didn't get to the party.
Yes, and that's kind of Carlton's thing, that they don't do well in Adelaide. Especially against Adelaide.
Adelaide, of course, yeah.
Yeah, they're bunnies.
A what?
They're bunnies.
They're bunnies?
Yeah.
Bunnies?
Yes.
Like the rabbit?
Yes.
What does that mean?
like the team, like their bogey team. They just always beat us.
They're our bunnies.
We're their bunnies.
We're their bunnies. I don't know what that means.
They just smash us every time.
What kind of bunnies are you smashing? Where are you going smashing bunnies? Hello?
Okay.
Can't be smashing no bunnies. Animal cruelty. We don't condone that, by the way.
I'm just going to say, it was lucky that I had distractions that night.
Distractions?
Game night.
Yeah, game night. Yeah.
Good one. Well, we can go back to that, to be honest, because during game night, we were watching Mice vs. Cats.
Yep.
Which I got right, by the way.
Yeah. So did I.
No, you didn't. You went Pies.
You're still on the bottom, though, so it doesn't matter.
But it's one that counts.
Yeah, fair enough. Have you calculated?
Yeah.
I feel like we're in even Stevens here.
We'll see.
We'll see. Game night was pretty good.
We were playing
We were playing games while we were watching games.
Yeah, and there was one game that kind of included the TV game where we were not allowed to look at the game.
Yeah.
Which I smartly looked the other way and didn't get caught until I changed the rules.
Yeah.
And stopped that rule.
Yep. You did. I thought I was doing everyone some justice, and then you
Flipped the script.
Flipped the script, unfortunately. But we had a great night. It was just a couple of friends.
Yep.
Having some good fun. A little group, yep. You know, a couple of friendly beverages and just games. It was a good night.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yep.
Eagles and D's.
We skipped a game. We skipped that game.
Not my fault.
Maybe because I'm going to men.
You know why? Because you're open men. That's how boring that was as well. We already knew what was going to happen then.
Yeah, we didn't.
Not much to talk about, to be honest.
Yeah.
Swans GWS.
The home side won.
Swans.
Yeah.
Swannies.
Yeah, wish I listened to myself.
I think I went GWS as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they lost.
They did.
And then the Hawks, Tigers.
Whose 100th game was it?
Hawks.
Yep.
They 100th, yeah.
Oh, yep. Big game for them.
Yep. They had all their past players and whatnot.
It was a nice spectacle though that they had put on with the trophies and
a bit like the Bulldogs, just more trophies.
Yeah, small trophies. Not one, three. Well, I think they walked out with two, didn't they?
They have more than that.
No, I know that, but like, I didn't store.
They might have only shown
because I'm like, where was the free peak? I'm like, surely, that's in it.
I'm sure they had more, but they probably just focused on like. I think you probably saw the footage of it Clarkson because it's like it's real.
Gotcha.
Back to the club since it all went.
But no, it was good. It was good to see it with the 100 games or the 100 years or whatever it is. It's pretty dope.
And the last game of the round was the. What do they even call their game? The North.
Football?
No. No. Sydney calls theirs Battle of the Bridge. Showdown is Adelaide. The Derby is.
Can we call it the Den?
The what?
The Den.
The Den.
The Den.
What's that?
Lions Den. The Den. That'd be sick.
They don't keep it having anything to do with the Suns.
What do you call it?
I think it's called the Q Clash.
The Den sounds better.
Yeah, the Den's one-sided. Kind of like the game.
Well, it's always going to be.
Yeah, the Suns were still not up to it.
Yeah.
All right, so that was round
8.
Round 8.
Yes. Round 8 recap done. Round 9.
Round 9. Freo Pies?
Yeah.
A bit happened in that game.
Yeah.
I didn't really watch a lot of it, but I was sort of doing things while I was watching it.
Mm-hmm.
And at one stage, I look up goals kick, and I look up again, not long over, another goals kick. I'm like, what the hell? Goal fest.
It's a great game.
Any defense going on
Honestly, great game though. Like it was 1-for-1.
For a while, yeah.
For a while, but
then Freo kind of died.
Yeah, they just didn't have the legs.
No, it wasn't their legs. It was the fact that they can't hit a target in this. They had 66 inside 50s to like 30 something.
Yeah,
so they had double the amount of inside 50s.
Wasted opportunities.
Yes. So they're idiots.
To say the least. Unlucky.
And then the Lachie Schultz.
Yeah. Yep.
Where he collided with a Freo player whose name escapes me.
It's probably a good reason for it.
Sure. So anyway, he's on the floor, concussed.
Mm-hmm.
The play kept going.
Oh, yeah. They didn't stop the game.
They didn't stop the game. Collingwood's getting all pissed off because of it, saying, "Oh, you should have said." From the footage I've seen, the game was near him for a bit, and then it went away, and then like completely in the opposite direction to where he was.
Mm-hmm.
So looking at it, I'm like, well, he wasn't in the middle of the play. The ball wasn't getting kicked over his head. It quickly went away from him. You know, they've been complaining, oh, we stopped the game too much. In this case, it wasn't affecting what was happening because the ball ended up going to Elliot,
mm-hmm.
who had a shot at goal. And then Collingwood medical staff,
Yeah.
like he got up and he stumbled and he fell down. And the medical staff should have been like, stop, when you're not walking off yourself. They tried to go off a stretcher, and then he gets up and gets off anyway. Then they're coming and blaming the ump, saying you should have stopped the game. Well, your medical staff could have easily said, hey, do you want to stop the game? Stay down, get a stretcher. But then it all inflamed when a statement came out saying if the umpires had seen him on the ground, they would have stopped the game.
There's only 8 of them on there, though. 16 eyeballs.
There's sound that comes out where they're actually communicating with each other.
Saying, what do we do?
Yeah, basically saying, are we good? Like, should we stop? Like, they were communicating with each other. So had the AFL came out and said
it was spoken.
They were speaking about it. They were keeping track. The game wasn't in the area. So that's the reason behind not stopping the game.
Yeah.
But the statement that came out was the umpires said had they have seen it, they would have stopped the game, which is completely contradicts the sound, the audio.
It would have sounded better if they actually just played the audio and said, well, we had a chat about it.
Yeah, like in hindsight, yes, they would stop the game.
I think more so it was just a situation right off the rip. Like, obviously, you're not going to know the concussion straight away, but when someone's down, it's like, all right, hold on, everyone, what's happening here?
But they're doing it too often, though. They're doing it for cramp. They did it for Dacos for a cramp. The game shouldn't have stopped because of him.
Well, that's probably why they didn't stop it this time, because they put it up on.
Yeah, that as well, and the fact that they were like the game had left where he was, so they're like, okay, the game's gone now. He's not going to impact the game.
Yeah, Golden Boy got the golden rules.
Bit of errors in everything in each party, but the AFL should have not. They should have probably made sure that the information they were giving out on their statement was fully correct, because now they look like very unprofessional, and this is 2 weeks in a row. The Rioli situation and this situation, it's not looking.
They're not handling it.
It's not looking good. It's looking very unprofessional.
St Kilda and Blues.
Yes, I went to the game.
You did.
The pre-match buzz round sort of with Tom Boyd. He was on who did the speech prior to the game. He did. I think he spoke really well because he's also someone who's gone through it.
Bring it out to the crowd and just make awareness of it in general.
Yeah.
It was great. It was a great spectacle as well.
Yeah, and also it was really fitting that the game was sealed by someone who's been going through some mental health struggles very recently in Harry.
Yeah.
So it was on point for him.
It would have been a special game for him for sure.
Yeah.
It's great.
But it was also really great that not that we got injuries. But
I mean, we only lost half our fucking side, but sure.
It got half time at this time. I knew Gov was out, and I knew Cow was out. And Haynes,
sacrificial win.
Haynes had been out. Akers had hurt his shoulder. So at half time, I'm like, we're going to have one player on the bench.
Yeah, a lot of bruises.
Therefore,
I think we even lost that. I don't think we even lost that one person later on. Okay.
No, we didn't.
I thought we did.
They came back on, and only McGovern and Cowan couldn't come back on. The others all came back on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really good that we, for a side that's unfit, we were the team that was able to run out the game with, even though Ross Lyon played right into our hands by slowing the game down, making it a slugfest, because they could have run us off our feet. We were 2 players down. They had a full bench and a sub up their sleeves, I should say.
They had the legs and the lungs, and they didn't take advantage.
And they didn't take advantage. They slowed the game down, which benefited us.
Stupid. Yeah.
So dumb. Of course, we're not going to change it. If you're going to make it that, we're going to keep it because it benefits us. It's like, and he was like, when we were 3 or 4 losses down, he was like coming out, was like, oh, they made their bed by us not choosing him as coach. Well, we're not about to make it easier for the opposition to win, giving them the game they want.
Yeah.
So maybe you go sleep in your own bed.
Don't reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
So get stuffed.
Yes. I have someone to say get stuff to.
Go on.
To this game.
Who are we stuffing?
There's two girls that were sitting behind me.
Well, hold on. Carry on.
So, I was obviously at the game.
Mm-hmm.
And two girls that were sitting probably 2 rows behind me.
Yep.
I could hear them saying shit. They were constantly at Harry.
Okay.
They even had this sort of chant going.
I'm assuming that they weren't.
No, they were Carlton.
Oh, okay.
They were going something. I forget what they were saying. They're going something to do with Harry. Like, how about you do something?
Mm.
I'm like, are they for real?
Yeah.
Like, do you not know what this whole game is about? Mental health, and you're targeting a player saying he's not doing anything when in actual fact he was.
Mm.
Granted, he didn't have as big an impact early, but that's because Charlie was on.
Yeah.
But in the second half, he dominated.
Yeah.
He's the reason we won the game.
Yeah. He showed up and showed out.
Exactly. He doesn't have to play that level for the whole game.
Consistent, no.
He just needs to be there in the moments that are needed.
Oh.
And they just pissed me off so much.
Yeah, right.
It's like, it was so uncalled for.
Uncalled for.
So uncalled for. So
what do we say to them?
Get stuffed.
Get stuffed. You scandal.
Go support someone else. And they also didn't even know his name. They go, Harry McKay. I'm like, if you're going to have a go at someone, learn their fucking names.
You could say that they weren't the only Spuds. They were also part of the Spuds game.
Yeah.
Just being Spuds.
Yeah. Correct. But what made me really laugh is that you messaged me before the game.
Did I?
You're like, yo.
Oh, no, I did.
And so, because I was driving, I called you back. And you're like, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, driving.
Just trying to be a good friend.
You're like, oh.
I called you and messaged you as a good friend.
I was like, I'm going to my dad's. And you're like, oh, tell him to come to the pub. I'm like, it's game day.
I thought I'd be a good friend. Just call you, see what you're doing. If you want to come watch the game. It's not my fault that you religiously go to every game. It's been nice. You could have came. You just went to the game instead.
Exactly. Would never not go to the game.
That's fair enough.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on. Let's quickly go through the next few games.
Season Hawks.
It was close for 3 quarters.
It was. What happened there?
Melbourne decided to show up.
Yeah, for a change. It was great.
Hawks aren't as dominant as they think they are. There was a really bad umpiring decision where 2 Hawks players kind of collided and ended up on the ground, and Pickett ran on to pick up the ball. It was in their goal, and he got tripped.
Yeah, right.
Play on.
Mm.
Yeah, that got some people real angry.
Yeah, don't bueno. That tripping situation's that's probably a bit of blame. There's a bit of the umpiring speculation too.
It's not helping. It's not helping them.
Bonds in Sydney.
The Bombers dominated early. Sydney came back late, and unfortunately, first game I did his ACL.
Yeah,
that's about it.
The Swans were flying up.
That's awful. Moving on to the Showdown.
Showdown.
Which is? Yeah, I didn't help you.
No, I was waiting for you to say it because you're the bell nose.
But do you? Who are the 2 teams that play in the Showdown? If you were listening to me earlier, I did say it.
I want to hear you say it first, just in case I don't want you to copy my answer. I don't know.
Adelaide.
Adelaide.
Yeah.
At Port Adelaide and Adelaide Crows.
Correct.
Just want to.
Yeah.
The Showdown, I knew that.
Mm.
Both teams had patches.
Yeah. What does that mean?
They marks.
You just got no clue.
I'm just sitting here. You doing all the talking. Go on.
Exactly. You have no clue.
I didn't watch any football.
So, they both had patches of their games where they dominated and got some goals, and Adelaide would get in front, then Port would kick a few and get back in it. It happened pretty much the whole game to the last quarter where Adelaide got, I think it was 20 up with a couple minutes to play.
Adelaide got up.
What do I say?
Adelaide got up.
Yeah, got up 20 points.
Which Adelaide are we talking about?
When I speak Adelaide, it's Adelaide Crows. When I say Port, it's Port Adelaide.
Just wanted to let the viewers know, just in case they didn't.
Anyway, there was 2 marks that saved the game for Adelaide.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Mark Keane. I actually don't know his first name.
Oh, no.
But the Irishman.
Oh, yeah.
He I think Corn Francis kicks it into the goal, into the forward line, and then, he basically ran back and marked it.
Mm-hmm.
And then same thing sort of happened. Port kicked it into their forward line again, and O'Brien marks it and saves game.
Yep.
Adelaide win. And Rosie wins the medal, the Showdown medal.
Nice.
And moving on to Sun Stocks.
Yeah, they don't lose in Darwin.
They don't.
It's pretty cool.
Yep, and then
Tigers vs West Coast.
Yeah. This one was close. Both being bottom sides, so it was expected.
Okay.
And if it wasn't for Tom Brown, West Coast maybe have gotten their first win. I think it was like 40 seconds left. And they were running into the forward line and tackled him.
Didn't see him.
And bye-bye win to West Coast.
Yeah, West Coast coach wasn't happy.
No.
He definitely wasn't happy.
No, especially when his old team did it to him.
Yeah.
GWS Cats.
Yeah, they always win. GWS. At Engie, wherever they were playing.
Yeah, Geelong.
Oh, so
hence why I tipped them.
Why don't you put home team first?
Because I think it's to screw you over.
See that bullshit. See, this is why it's Malnose and with Orhan.
Anyway, so Hogan kicked 7.
Yep.
Cats kicked shit.
Oh, they had 17 points.
Maybe.
Yes, they did. I remember that game.
But so JWS won, and that helps my tips.
Yep.
And then the last game of the round was
Headbanger.
Draw.
Headbanger. Clash. What I meant.
Yeah, who was involved?
The Brisbane and North Melbourne.
And when was it played?
I know this one. This one is Brisbane.
It was in Tassie.
Yeah, Brisbane.
Tassie.
Flip it upside down, yeah. Depends on which side of the bird you're looking at.
Yeah, well, anyway, Bruce had a few shots at chances to win. Mm-hmm. They stuffed themselves up, and it was a draw.
Still pretty cool, though. Draw. I think it's the first draw of the season.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so shall we see who won, who is now going to get punished?
Oh, no. She's smiling way too much.
Yeah, because I know the answer. All right. We'll go back. We'll take back the one that I changed and just go to the 3 games that we had differently. We had the West Coast and Melbourne. Mm-hmm. You got that. Pies Cats. I got that.
Yep.
And then GWS Cats. I had GWS.
No, I had Cats.
Yep. So what's that? 2, 1.
Which ones were the ones you changed?
I changed Port Crows.
Port Crows.
And I got changed it to Crows. So 3-1 if you want to put it that way.
Port Crows. Oh, right, the first time. Damn.
So even if we didn't change that, I still win.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Just remember, punishment coming your way. You have 2-1. And I've got an idea of what it's going to be.
My tips weren't that bad.
No. We had 3 different, and you got 1 out of 3.
I really got to just follow my tips that I put in the bloody app. Seem to be doing well on that.
I should listen to these ones more. I shouldn't change it. I shouldn't change them. Because I changed...
Can I look at my tips? I can't even look at my tips. Can I look at the tips when I'm making them? Like on yours? Because I seem to be...
You don't see yours.
No, I don't want to see mine. I want to see where they're playing and stuff. Yeah, see, but you don't... You just told me that you do it and you mess with me.
No, these ones are correct.
No. That's how I make my decision off the phone. I'm not going to cheat. Don't worry. I'm going to look at yours. I don't care.
I don't know how you think you would cheat by seeing where the game's playing, but sure.
I don't know. Where they play. Did you already put yours in? 10, 11? I've already done one.
All right, so round 10.
Alright, so watch this. This is we're doing punishment, yeah?
Yeah.
For these as well? Yeah, okay. Right. Where's the other black one?
Yeah, I don't know. I lost it.
Alright, so I'm gonna use some technology today. And we're gonna figure out okay, that's a good one. I like that. I'm gonna do
Well, last time we sort of did it.
Yeah.
They were a wonky line.
we didn't do shit. We'll do that.
Okay.
It's a straight fucking line. Hold on.
Thank you.
Alright, let's see what about fun.
Let's go.
Alright, so round 10. Suns and Hawks. Margin.
Suns 15 points.
Ooh, Suns 20. Swans Blues. Game you're going to.
Yes.
You think
Blues.
it's a game we're gonna win?
When have I gone against us? Even when I knew we were going to lose to Adelaide, I still tipped us.
You know what? You're right. No, I just Swans. I've gone Swans.
Yep. Pies Crows.
Pies Crows at the G. That's Pies.
Crows.
Port Adelaide and Cats.
Cats.
Port, they lost. Yeah, they lost last week. It's not Adelaide though.
GWS Freo. GWS.
Yeah, I was going to say.
6. Next.
Hold on, slow down. Next is Dogs and Dons.
Dogs.
Yep.
Rich North. North. They better win.
Brisbane Dons. Brisbane Dons. Lions and D's. Not Dons, my fault.
I know. I can read one.
Jeez, I'm trying to help out. She's so aggressive. And Ridge Riding.
Huh?
Ridge Riding.
Lions. Where's that?
Yeah, next one. Ridge Riding.
West Coast St Kilda.
No, St Kilda.
You're saying St Kilda?
Yeah.
Mm.
What? You think they'll be West Coast?
Saints, maybe. Next. Round 11.
Whoa, this one's a bit of a headbanger.
Because it's the grudge match.
Yeah.
Grudge match.
Well,
Grudge match.
our grudge match. Anyway, was it?
Why out?
Oh, is it just in general grudge match?
Why is
Because they're
Dogs our grudge match?
Oh, sorry. It didn't go to the top. That's my fault. Okay, go back. Grudge match. Cats. Oops. Yeah, no, it didn't.
I'm going to go this team. Dogs by a point.
Oh, sorry, I didn't put my margin. 6. Cats. Dons versus Tigers. Reds versus Yellows.
This is
Dons.
Green time for G.
Dons for
I'm
sure.
going to go Tigers.
Ooh. Mate, yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll do that at the end. And then here's the one that I was talking about at the start. Carlton versus GWS.
Why is that?
Because it's our mains versus our seconds. So it's like our grudge match.
But when it's our mains, they might be, I say the same. Like, I don't care. This is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I know.
You're not my favourite. You're not my second favourite when we play you.
I'll go. I'm gonna go GWS.
I suppose we do need something. Oh, we've got a few change difference.
But wait, what was that injury list? Do we have some hectic stuff now? Just a couple bruises.
Well, that's in 2 weeks.
That's fine. That's all right. I'll keep it. I won't change. You cheat. MCG Hawks versus Lions. Ugh. I feel like I should have gone Lions there, but they did. They didn't. They didn't win against last week. North Melbourne versus the Pies. Hate to do it.
Pies.
Yeah, it's good for them. And then we've got Freo and Port. Yeah, I know. Freo, get up here.
I'm gonna go Port.
Ooh, spicy. Crows and the West Coast.
Crows.
I agree. D's versus the Swannies. Swans.
I'm going to go D's.
Swans go 2 for 2 here.
So they beat us.
Round 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, in Sydney. Yeah. We've got the injuries.
So you've got us losing 2 in a row.
Yo, it's for the multi. The tips.
Punishment.
The tips, that's fine.
Last game.
Kilda and Suns. Cool. So we're gonna mark the ones that we got different. We're gonna do.
Okay. So you've got your Suns first.
Yes.
Blues.
Swans.
Crows.
Pies. Cats.
Yep.
GWS.
Yep.
Dogs.
Yep.
North Melbourne.
Yep.
Lions.
Yep.
St Kilda.
Yep.
Cats.
Yep.
Bonds.
Nope.
GWS.
Nope.
Hawks.
Nope.
Pies.
Yep.
Freo.
Nope.
Crows.
Yep.
Swans.
Nope.
Suns.
Yep. We have a lot different this round.
Round 11, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it's an even number, so it might come down to that.
I reckon I'll win here.
Huh?
I reckon I'll win here. Because you've already lost one, I reckon.
Which one?
Blues. I had to do a bet. Yeah, I'm confident. I'm confident this time.
You're confident.
Yeah, I got confidence in myself. Got confidence in myself this time. I only lost by 1. We only lost by 3 different ones though.
You lost by 2.
1.
2.
1.
2.
1.
2.
1. My one on top as well beat yours.
What?
My one beat yours.
We had 3 games different.
Yep.
If we didn't cut the one that I changed.
Yep.
And you got one of them right.
Yep.
And I got 2 right.
Mm-hmm. So how many in that round? How many was there? How many teams was there?
There's 9 games in each round.
From the one that we were off by 1. So 9 games.
There was 9 and there was 9.
Yeah. So we hypothetically 1, 2. You got that side right. Well, no, you actually lost for 1 round, and you won the other by 2.
I got 1 on this side and 1 on this side.
Oh, then. My math wasn't math in my head once I said it out loud.
No.
So, what are we doing with the punishment? So, what's the actual go?
So,
I know we're tipping for him now, but
King's birthday long weekend.
Well, we need to keep score now on something.
It's 2-1.
I'm winning.
No, 2 punishments to 1.
Yeah, we need to write that down. You gotta write that down somewhere so they can all see it. Can you write on the glass? You can rub off the glass.
No.
Yes, you can. Write it on the glass. Don't be a wuss. It will come off. It will come off. What are you talking about? Yeah, do a test run. She puts it right in the middle. Well, that's what I'm saying. We don't want that. They're going to look at that and be like, what's that? Maybe do punishment the first one.
Hear us saying it?
Yeah, but it's besides the point. Some people are visual learners / listeners. Punishment score. You can fit in there. There you go. Yeah, done.
Done.
That's a good, I reckon that'll come up good.
If it comes through.
Have a look at the camera. It should. Has to.
The thing you clip these there. You can
The clippy.
You can see it.
See what?
The writing.
Oh, okay. You just got to make sure that it's tilted though, yeah? You got to tilt this a little bit. Is that us?
See you next time.
See you next time. Done. Is this from your fish tank?
It wasn't in my fish tank. But he is ruined by the fish tank.
How do you get ruined by the fish tank? The chlorine? That's inside the water.
The water splashes.